Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vijidara. In case you're new here, thank you so much for coming. I love you so much, and if you're an existing subscriber, just know that I love you. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching me grow on my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of the topics that someone sent in to me about a couple of months ago on Instagram. I asked for the kind of content that you guys would like to see. One of the answers was that I should talk about a number of things that anyone who went to a university, especially in Nigeria, can relate to. So I have decided to take on that challenge. Although I told the person it's been a while. I finished school about 3 years ago, but then I'm going to do my best to see if I can make a video. I haven't, gone through some of those ideas and decided that, this is something I would actually be interested. Just thought, to give it a try, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, leave a comment. Let me know, other things that you'd like to see from me as this year goes by. And so without further ado, let's get right into the video. As usual, how we do it. I have my YouTube book here. Because I'm looking down, it's points down so that the video can be precise and straight to the point as possible. The first one is the session starts well. You're very excited, you want to make friends. You're so excited for that freedom to be finally away from home. So I'm very sure that this is like the most common thing among youths when they are going to university. It's like, oh, I'm going to start living alone. I'm going to be in school without my parents. Not necessarily because I want to do bad things, but then the freedom of knowing that you're going to be alone for the first time in your life, to a very large extent, And this is the major time where you get to start your life in some sort of way. So you're excited and everything, and then you want to make friends too. School is, pumping you up and everything. All of a sudden, you're bombarded with assignments and you're like, okay, I wasn't really expecting that to happen so soon. And trust me, the workload of a university undergraduate is quite different from when you were in, say, high school, popularly known as secondary school in Nigeria. So it's like, oh my god, something that I absolutely am not expecting is happening. The second thing is, after the first one was about the excitement, you're all pumped up to be a university undergraduate, but then after a whole semester, sometimes a year, you don't know some faces, you still don't know everybody, and you're thinking, who are you? You are seeing new faces every time, and you're like, wait, I don't understand. Is this person my classmate? Does this person do the same courses as I do? Those things are actually, and if you go to a school that is like mine, a federal university, trust me, there are a lot of people. Some courses might have as 400 to 500 students. So I can actually relate to the fact that a whole semester has passed, a whole session maybe has passed, and you still don't know everybody in your class. In fact, I think that happened to me up until the second year in school, and I'm like, okay, I've never seen this person in my class, and I'm sure I too, my face would have been the same thing to some other people. I've never seen this lady in my class before. That's something I feel like every student can actually relate to. The third thing is, we always have this thing with last minute rush, especially when it comes to assignments. You've probably had a whole week or 2 weeks. So if you're almost done with school, and this is not the case with you, this might have been the case when you first resumed school. So we always have this habit of always keeping our assignments up until the last minute. You're like, please, there's still time, and then suddenly there's no more time, and you're like, oh my god. In fact, it gets to the extent that you probably get to school and you're not even done, and you're trying to collate ideas together, and you're like, please, what did you write here? Asking your friends and all of that. So that thing can be so frustrating, and I'm sure that if you're a student currently now, or you were once a student, or you probably a fresh graduate, you can still remember some of these things and relate to them. Oh my god, this particular one I hated so much. Guys, just guess. Can you guess? 7 a.m. lectures. Oh my god, 7 a.m. lectures are the absolute worst. I remember there was this course, I don't know if any of my classmates is probably saying this. There was this lecturer of mine, I think he was the one that actually broke the virginity of us going for 7 a.m. class. I'm even trying to remember if we've gone for something probably 30 minutes earlier than that, maybe 6:30. But then 7 a.m. classes are 9 a.m. classes are bad on their own. Do you get? Now try 7 a.m. classes. it's going to feel as though the whole world is against you and you're angry, you're irritated, and you probably can't even get up on time, and you're like, do I really need school? Like, do I need school? Like, why am I in school? Am I sure I need a degree and all of that? So 7 a.m. classes are the absolute worst. From my own experience, I hated 7 a.m. classes, and I'm sure that a lot of other students can definitely relate to that. The next one is referencing assignments and project work. Now, in a federal university, when you actually do, except you're doing like all those assignments where you have to spiral bind, if you're doing just like a simple assignment where you just get to write it on an A4 paper and submit once in a while, you don't have to actually reference. But I actually think you should actually reference. So if you have friends that have studied abroad, they will tell you that referencing is one of the almost the most important thing in your assignment or your project work, and then you decide that, you know what, I'm not going to do it till the end. It's just the most stupid thing, because at that point, when you're not trying to bring the reference together, it's as though you're starting your work all over again. Guys, I feel like this video is a little bit all over the place, but I'm just trying to like coordinate my thoughts, because like I said, it's been a while that I went to school. But I'm sure that once I mention my points, most of you that can still relate are going to catch and grasp what I'm trying to say immediately, even without my explanations. The next one is waking up in the morning. Now this is a struggle. If you're like me when I was in school, I actually set my alarm for 5:36, but then I snooze it for almost another half hour. So like for 30 minutes, sometimes as high as 45 minutes, I'm snoozing my alarm because it's just such a struggle to wake up. Then try being in a community where there's this very early morning cold. You don't just want to get up, you just want to snuggle under your covers and sleep the whole day out. But then if you have exams or tests or very important classes that you cannot skip, it suddenly becomes a struggle. Oh my god, I feel like every student should be able to relate to this. Now this next point has to do with money. So imagine finishing your allowance, your pocket money, before the month end. Or okay, there are 4 weeks in a month, and then you get your pocket money today and you're so happy and you're like, oh, I have my allowance and my upkeep, and you're shining it, your bling bling, and then the first week you're almost done spending everything, and then reality dawns. Guys, now let me tell you a funny story. So there was this time something like this actually happened to me. Funny thing is, I'm not actually a terrible spender, but then I think this particular time, there's this time in your life when you're like, if I perish, I perish, especially if you're a student. So I think there were a few nice things that I already had my mind on, and I'm like, I have to buy these things. So I went with my friends, we bought it, and then we came back, and then we're broke. And I remember that I wanted to go and withdraw my last money at the ATM. But this was the time where banks in Nigeria, where the central bank gave out the order, if you withdraw somewhere that is not your bank, there's a particular amount that is deducted after 3 consecutive times of withdrawing from another bank other than your bank. So I think I'd already done this and I didn't even know something. I wasn't following, I wasn't calculating. So that day, unfortunately also, like most of the ATMs were not dispensing cash. So I had to go to Wema Bank, I think it was. This was in my 100 level, guys. And I never tried that thing again. I never tried it again because... So I went to the ATM and then I tried to withdraw. I think it was my last 1,000 naira. I tried to withdraw it. At least let me just have something. Pending the time where I call my mom or my dad, you know, to send me money that your daughter is broke again. Unfortunately, I think I didn't have enough of that extra cash. So maybe, for example, they remove 65 naira for using a bank that is not yours after you must have finished your 3 times grace. And then I had 1,010 naira. You know, I'm supposed to they're supposed to deduct 65 naira. So I couldn't withdraw. Oh my god. Daddy was horrible. I wanted to cry. long and short of the story, I think I went back to my hostel and I sold. There was this thing we used to do then. You sell credits from your bank account to people that are interested and you get cash from them. So I was just able to get maybe about 700 naira or something, guys. It was so horrible. And then yes, I recharged the remaining and then I called my mommy and almost started crying. And I'm like, Mommy, I'm sorry. I've done the havoc. I already finished my allowance before the month end, guys. If you're in university and this has ever happened to you, let me know that particular time when, because of your own fault, not because of unforeseen things, because of your fault, you received your allowance for home and then you just squander it and you spend it before the month end is over. Please let me know in the comment section, because I feel like this particular story, I can't forget it anytime soon. So I learned my lesson though. I never tried that till I finished school again. I was now very wise with my spending, which I think students are normally, but times are changing. A lot of things is grabbing our attention. We're being distracted by the exuberance of this world. We want this thing, we want that thing. We're looking to getting this latest design that has come out. So, you know, the next one is about food, student food. So I feel like I'm going to mention a few food items of food that I think students are very familiar with and prefer eating. Pasta. So that's the family of, you know, I'm not going to mention Indomie under this. So pasta, let's do macaroni, spaghetti, and the likes. And then bread. Oh my god, guys, I loved bread so much. I loved bread, and then I begged my mom at one time when I went to, Mom, please get me a toaster. And then she got me one, and then I started making toast bread because I was tired of the normal bread. Guys, I ate bread a lot in school, and there was always fresh supply of bread almost every day. So it was just simply amazing. Like, I was bread queen. Like, if you're my friend and you're around me and you don't like bread or you don't get to like bread while we're in school, now I've calmed down. Like, I see bread sometimes and I'm irritated. But when I was in school, I absolutely loved bread. And if you're one of my friends, you would definitely love bread with me. Then this one, although I didn't really like beans because that's we cooked in a particular way in school. And yeah, shout out to one of my roommates then. I don't know, okay, Lyle cooked beans one day in a particular way that made me trip. I tripped for beans, guys, and since that time I realized that has actually been the best method of making beans. I don't know if she's going to ever get to watch this, but a big shout out to her. Like, she's married now, she's a missus. I absolutely loved beans in that way. So I didn't like beans, but there were a lot of guys, especially guys who still beans and bread was another food that students used to, you know, fall head over heels with. There's Indomie. What? If you're a student, and I didn't actually really like Indomie because my carton was always still like about half full before the end of like the whole semester. A semester in my school was about 4 months, so I didn't actually really eat noodles. But you also need it for survival. There are times when you come back and you feel like you just want to die, you just want to faint. So the next thing you do is at least try to get, if you're not doing gari, you get yes. So after Indomie is gari, then rice. Rice is also a very common food that a lot of students eat. Then what else? Let's talk about snacks. Coke, gala. Maybe you have like pastry store around where they sell meat pie, donuts, and all of that. So I feel like you can add your own, guys. Let me know the kind of food that you feel like students are very attached to while they are still in school. When you're a student, you can easily just say, as you're studying for like your bachelor's degree, you're automatically getting a PhD for procrastination. Students can procrastinate. Hey, oh my god. Whether it's because you want to go to another friend's hostel, or you just feel, you know what, let me sleep a little bit, or you want to see movies. Then I remembered that once a movie comes out in school, I think I'm still going to talk about that. It's one of the points that I remembered to put down. So let's just leave that part. But if you're a student and you're not good at procrastinating, then thumbs up to you. Like, you're the real G. You're special kind of breed. Trust me. So the next one is and this one too is definitely so very true. Google is the answer to almost everything. When you're a student in a university or a tertiary institution, Google is like your best friend technically, because then any small thing you need to know, Google is the next thing you ask. Like, Google has the answer, don't stress me. So I feel like if you're a student in a tertiary institution, you definitely must be friends with Google. Next one is, that's the 12th one. It is watching a whole series of a TV in one day. Yes, this was what I wanted to mention in there. So if you're actually a student and you've never sat down to binge watch an entire season of a TV show or series, I don't think you're a student. I think you need to go back to school and actually do that before we can actually call you a graduate. Guys, now funny story, I think there was this time I had like, it was continuous, what do they call it, continuous test, CC or something. Oh my god, I can't even remember. Exam that takes about 40 or 50% of your whole semester grade. I remembered that I was supposed to have a paper in the evening and I had actually read, so I was tired. That was when someone introduced me to Scandal. Guys, I finished about a season of Scandal, and Scandal each had 22 episodes. Like, I watched it well into 2-3 a.m. that night and I was so happy. Mommy, if you are seeing this, like, I was so happy. It's not like maybe I actually do that on, but that particular time I can't remember. So I'm just trying to say that. And I was going to mention earlier on that once a movie series comes out in school, most times in a university, it becomes rampant. Like, everybody wants to watch. It is the next thing everybody in school is talking about. So I feel like every student can relate to that. The 13th point is napping at any time of the day. I don't have much explanation for this, but if you've never just found yourself wanting to sleep at random times of the day, probably you're waiting for a lecturer to come to class, you just finished the class and you have a little time before the next class, but you can't go back to your hostel, probably because it's quite far or something. You find yourself just making use of the advantage, like sleeping. And I feel like we students didn't used to actually sleep early then, so you're sleeping just to read your head because you're already tired of the whole day. You just want the whole day to end and everything. The 14th and 15th one are like families, they are together. So the 14th one is after all of this, experience in school and everything, you can't then wait to graduate. You're like for me personally, I was in school, my body was in school, but my mind was already gone. I was tired of school. As at my final year, I was really tired. So I'm like, you know what? Can school just finish already? After all these years of exams and tests and lectures and 7 a.m. classes and stress in general. So I was just tired. I was ready to go. Then, definitely, I graduated. And the word was like, welcome, welcome. I'm like, adulting is such a scam. This is not what I was expecting, okay? Guys, I feel like this video is already longer than I would want it to be. I really hoped that you guys enjoyed this video, and the person that requested for this, thank you for requesting for this video. I actually think it was a lot of fun to sit down and write these points down and then film it. And I'm using red lipstick, I think the first time on my channel ever. So I'm really glad that you guys have stuck this far. If you've watched this far, I really appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you for supporting me through and through. Guys, please leave a comment below anything it is that you feel I skipped or anything it is that you could relate with out of all the points that I mentioned. And thank you so much. Don't forget to share with your friends. Like this video, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. That's very important, guys. It would mean the absolute world to me if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be seeing you in my next one by the special grace of God. Bye. I don't really. Oh, I can't believe I just paused in the middle of a video to think of what I'm going to say. Guys, please support my hustle and subscribe, okay?